where we refine these things that we are discussing on the spaces into something actionable, to have what are called working groups. I can give you an example. Or in the comments, for example, I've pinned the link to a Telegram group for the Kenya we want. I can give you an example. We have been working on a solution for having decentralized blockchain voting for Kenya. We are working on it. It's a work in the pipeline. What does it mean? Blockchain will allow you to have you don't need IBC people monitoring how votes are going. It is a decentralized system so that there's no closed server. It's a transparent server. One, whether they are ward rep, MP, why Bitcoin is worth so much money. You can't corrupt that system. That is why that thing is valuable. On tech solutions, the Kenyans are very intelligent. Wherever we go, whether it is at home or abroad, Kenya is manipulate a majority, is always divide and conquer. That is why tribalism used to work. Gen Zs have been started on that. We need to help them finish when they say they are tribeless. Now they've tried classism. That is why there was that they were not informed, they were not participating in their governance. We just used to, like, you remember on TV, ningependa serikali, ningependa, they used to think the serikali must do. But after the new constitution was promulgated in 2010, that constitution gave us the right to participate in our own governance. We can get to speak to how our county funds are allocated and the development in your ward. Remember, your ward is you live in your ward. That's the closest. The first person who you touch, who governs you, is your ward rep. But I don't want to digress too much. But the thing is, we need unity. We need people going into the same social media spaces to bring their ideas together, to bring their solutions together, to then vote on the best way forward. We want, for example, this blockchain system, other than just voting for general election, vote for them using the blockchain. You tell your ward rep, when you go to the county assembly, these are the things you will put forward. You bring anything that allows us to withdraw you, to impeach you after 2.5 years. We can use technology for how to have us, we the people, governing the country of Kenya. I want you to have that paradigm shift. Technology, the reason we use the system we're using now, which we got from the British, was when they started it. It's called the Westminster model. The British could not all go to the parliament in London, just like the way all Kenyans can't go to parliament in town. So you needed to elect representatives, and then you trust that when they go to parliament, they will represent your interests as the constituency. But in reality, we have seen it even in Kenya. We can tell them, don't pass that tax bill, it is punitive. Did they listen to us, or did they listen? Be we the people running the country of Kenya by having every decision from ward level up to country level being decided by everyone, me, you, everyone on this group, and everybody in Kenya. Because we are intelligent enough. We cannot fit in one building, but we can fit online. How many, a space can take even 3 million people if it needs to. So, participate in your governance. Stop being the old mwananchi, be a mzalendo. What are you keeping your MCA accountable for? You don't know what he's supposed to go discuss. We knew what they were going to discuss on that day of the finance bill. That's why people showed up. When you know what is going wrong, you are able to stand up and stop it as a mzalendo. The difference between a mwananchi and a mzalendo is what? The level of ignorance. If you don't know what's happening, you don't even know they want to take your land. You don't know they are taking away your seeds. You don't know that they want to do all these nasty things because you are asleep. You are just being a regular. Will be like a museum. We'll be saying Zamani decisions were made here, but nowadays we the people.
Thank you.
Okay, anyway, so let me just finish. So the idea is kindly, let's just meet in the same groups. Let's have a mega space. Guys put their egos down. We'll be coming to everybody's space, but let's have a mega space every week. I've sent a link on the comments for the group, and I will even send you the participation and for voting elections. So thanks for your time. Of course, there are a lot of guys who need to talk, but check the comment, check the vote, check the and please just agree. One, you can do your spaces, but let's have a mega space once or twice a week.
Wonderful contribution. It's very right that young people cannot sit on the fence anymore. We have to participate in issues, politics. Politics so that we get leaders who serve us, not their interests. Thank you so much. For that, I want to go. There are very many requests on the speakers panel. I will drop you, or just drop yourself.
I have just a few words to say. At first, Ruto is support, walimpa support maybe kifedha kinini, all means, but sasa since Ruto mwenyewe amepita, avoid imekuwa ngumu, avoid imekuwa ngumu sana, cause they have shares on KK government. Ndio maana unapata narudisha watu tu serikalini, even though all what Kindiki did during the first demonstration, allow police kushoot peaceful demonstrators. So unaona kama ingekuwa Ruto is playing with their mind. Now currently we don't have opposition, but nani huyo anasema tuko na opposition? We don't have. Hii ni state capture. Ruto ameshika MPs, parliament ameshika, Ruto ameshika opposition. Sasa Raila atasema nini? Raila ana say, because we don't have opposition unless we Gen Z to opposition. But guys, let us have strategies, tuwe na one agenda, because always ende kwa space mtu mwingine, people are talking different agenda, unakuja kwa huyu, let us have organize ourselves, we come up with one agenda. As Gen Z, we come up with one agenda so that we push this hii tusukume hii safari hadi 2027. Comes 2027 tuwe set, we are set and we are ready, hata kama to vie for the presidency, to vie for MPs, so many people watajitokezea. Let us have votes, watu washike kura, vile watafungua hivi, watu muende mshike kura, muende mshike ID, so that coming 2027 we have a strategy. Let us come up with a strategy. Hiyo kitu ni muhimu sana, strategy. So far we are disorganized. So far kila mtu akona nini yake tu. Ruto must go. If you ask someone, okay, Ruto ameenda, what next? So many people are confused, they don't know what next. Watasema so choose another leader. So many people hawajui who's the next leader. So let us continue pushing the hashtag Ruto must go, but let us have one agenda, common agenda. Kila mtu, kila youth ukimuuliza this anasema ni hivi na hivi, si unauliza huyu anasema hivi, huyu anasema hivi. Before 2027 tuwe tumejiorganize. Hizi vitu je tuko saa hizi, no, not this way. Let us organize ourselves. Thank you and God bless Kenya, God bless all of listeners, speaker, every youth. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Kings, for that very brilliant contribution. One agenda, tushike kura. Let's get going with the civic education. Let's have a sense of direction. What next? And that's very, very brilliant. So happy with that contribution. We moved to our next speaker. I want to clear the speakers so we can bring in more speakers. So I'm not adding more speakers. Just be patient. Those who have requested, you all coming. So I want to move to the real king. I believe that is him, the real Joe. Yeah.
I
so
was the next speaker.
We have 3 minutes. Oh,
It's
sorry.
supposed to be Simon.
Oh yes, Simon. Yeah, Simon was one. Okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
I hope you guys are okay. So like mimi kuna kitu moja nataka kusema. Wenye tu walisema ati maandamano will be done in Nairobi. We should occupy every state, not every state, every county we should occupy. Kila mtu occupy kwao. Venye tulifanya 125th. Like wote walijua hakuna mahali mtu anaweza potelea. Tuache kushinda hapa tukiambiana sijui tunaenda kuoccupy state house. Wa Nairobi wa occupy state house. Kila mtu occupy kwao. Hiyo ndio inakuwa rahisi. Na I think itawaka kwa kila mtu. Then another thing, it's about these fights ziko online. Kwa nini tuna fight? You know one thing, you don't have to choose a leader. A leader yeye mwenyewe anajionyeshana. And so far kila mtu akiulizwa kuna mwenye unaweza taka akuwe leader, and most of us najua tuko like na mtu mmoja tu. Mimi niko sure kuna mtu mmoja anaweza taka akuwe leader. Sisemi ni nani, na sitaki ati niambie mtu wewe useme ni nani, but tunajua, but we need a leader. Me like there was a time like sometimes back nilikuwa nakumbuka the things tushaifanya kila siku ingekuwa na leader. Mbona hii sasa like tunajisema saa zote tunasema sisi ni leaderless. Nani ataongea tukitaka like hakuna venye tuna, hata mimi nitaamka leo niambie kila mtu nikisema mimi ni leader kivyangu, like at first ilikuwa inawaka. Juu at first kuna kenye tulikuwa nataka, but saa hii na restructure wanaonyesha kenye like wao wanataka wafanye. Pia sisi we should be having a leader na mwenye anasikiza, na like uko na number of times yenye tukikwambia kitu ukatae kufanya, si tunakung'oa hapo sisi wenyewe. Si tumeonyesha like tunaweza ng'oa anybody, tunakuondoa hapo. Like the thing me na advocate for, we should be having a leader na mwenye sisi wenyewe tuna sijui tuko na nani na nani. Ruto sasa anashajipanga, amejua venye atapata kura za Coast, amejua venye atapata za Nyanza, amejua venye atapata za Western, za Central Kenya, amejua venye atazipata. Like nyinyi mnafanya aje? Sisi tunakuja hapa tunaambiana hatuna leader. Kama 2027 atarudi hapo tukisema tu hatuna leader, atarudi hapo kitu anaweza wafanyia na yozaua nyinyi wote, juu anajua kuna kitu nini anataka ingine. Sasa anajua like sasa yako 50-50 and I'm also 50-50. Jua hao wazazi wetu, mimi sijui ni na huyo mzazi, the same mzazi ndiye anaenda kupiga Ruto hapo makofi. Fares zinakuwa hyped. Imagine like I had a friend mwenye alimiss an interview juu hakuwa na 500. Wacha umisi ndio ujue kazi yenye Ruto anafanya ni gani. We need to have a leader, we need to have a party. Na mtu mmoja anafeel kana anasema vibaya niambie saa hii. Si kushinda tukisema hapa sisi ni watu faceless. We have faces. Tumesoma, tunajua venye like hizi vitu tunafaa kufanya zote. Sofa si wazazi wana Kenya walikuwa wanapigania, nimestop saa hii sipiganie anymore. But waste. Imagine like saa hii mtu hayuko, huyo mzazi alikuwa anajua kijana wangu akimaliza shule, kwanza unaona mtoto wa single mother anakufa. like we are not feeling the pain ukweli. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can't continue to be faceless anymore. That is wonderful contribution. Wonderful contribution. Thank you, guys. We're moving on. Unfinished business, because we think that's the topic. Will close that chapter, and then I will bring in more speakers. So in that order, we'll start with the real Joe. The time is 3 minutes because we have got almost 40 requests on requests. So we go with the that's 3 minutes exactly. So we start with the real Joe. The mic is yours.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me? Also, we need also to be a little bit realistic. I know sometimes we might not all have the same ideas as a people, and therefore this division, this is basically part of some of the shortcomings of a leaderless movement. But for me, some noise.
Can you hear the noise now? I think I've muted everyone except you. Can you hear the noise now?
Okay, let me just continue speaking. So basically, there are few funding. Ile funding yenye watu walikuwa wanaongelea, kuna watu wamekuwa funded. Let them be funded as long as they are continuing to be part of the course. We will need that funding. Therefore, we have to come up with mechanisms on how we are going to be funded. Therefore, from today, we need to start thinking about how we are going to be funded. That is number one. So we have to find a way of how we are going to be funded, and we have to come up with mechanisms. Initially, when our own selfish ambitions or something, as long as they are fighting for the movement, I don't care. Us. That is number two. Number three, we need to also implement nane. that time, that week, the whole of that week, the media was airing propaganda about a coup. And they had aired very long stories about coup. And that was one way in which we were being fought in terms of propaganda. And if you look at that, that played really well in causing fear among the older generation who are thinking that, the government is going to take this as a coup. So that was a propaganda. Therefore, we also need to implement our own methods of propaganda. And we need to amplify. We also need to use fake news right now. This is war. War is war. So there's no nothing that we are going to. Someone told me that, we have enough facts. Yes, we have enough facts, but is everyone on board with those facts that we have? No. There are people who can only be swayed by propaganda. Therefore, we have to look for those people and sway them using propaganda. And if this tactic of propaganda usually works, almost it has a success rate of 90%. You can go back and check a report that was done by Cambridge Analytica about the elections of 2017. Therefore, we also have to employ propaganda. Someone talked about the packaging of our messages. Therefore, we also need to, as much as we package our messages with facts, we also need to package our message with a lot of exaggerations. Our message need any other further explanation to have, or any other explanation about what we are doing. Those are some of the things that will help us get the masses behind us, because the fight that we are going to fight right now, it is that last week when we were doing civic education, I think the last civic education we did, the one I want to talk about was realize that those bunges are very, very effective. And specifically, the one that I always attend here, Jivanji, you never participated, but some of us participated in the Mandamano for 2023. And therefore, we have to go get out and get to the ground and meet people. Of course, not everybody has that charisma of going out. But for those people who can go out, if you think you can go out and meet people. Even me, I never thought I would ever one day go out, maybe this space is like a citizen assembly. And youth as the that when we are done with this space and the topic was unfinished business, be implemented. Then you need to find out how they are going to be implemented. Therefore, next time we'll have to look for dubious ways. Hata kama ni kufanya nini, kuhire matatu privately and follow other routes, because tungefuata other routes kama ni watu wa Thika Road, there are so many ways ungefuata rather than bypass uingie Westlands, uingie watu wanatokea CBD. Same to other
was very much on space, and they just next is Riek. I think it was Riek Machar, and then Alice, and then we've
Because tulianza vizuri I can tell you ilikuwa success. The government which is killing its own people. Like a borehole. Huyu jamaa ataanza kulaunch hadi feeder roads. Jamaa ana support, anajua hii country wanaogopa serikali. President akiongea hiyo ni final. Akisema we enda uuze ng'ombe yako ulete hiyo pesa hapa, that's final. But kitu Gen Z walifanya, and sahii tuna after 1 year wanarudi tena na ingine. Ukiwauliza last finance bill kupata tukamwambia we jamaa is not clean, jamaa hakuna hata akimsupport aje hatapata. Kuna post zingine siku hizi let's make this thing hostile. Msipee audience to somebody
Yeah, so the mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving me the space and time. Wallace, who was talking about holding a mega space. That is such a brilliant idea, because I do think when we have one major mega space, there'll be so many people will be here, and when we are all here, so many people will be listening, and at the same time, a link or something where people will be able to see how much, say for example, if votes were being stolen to come I can't remember exactly, but it was talking about like how things cannot be stolen. Say for example, from that, I think it's such a brilliant idea. The guy was just, most of the people are just spitting wisdom here. It's literally like we are on the same ground. Alafu birds of the same feather flock together. And I would imagine, obviously, we are all comes from different places, and we have, and our agenda is like literally about Luther must go and finish our unfinished business. And obviously, when we all come together, people have different things that come up. So obviously, I think it's always good to embrace them, because them, because if we can embrace the lawyers who are literally going to help them, people who are being amekuja na a better idea or a greater idea because of experience. So let's just embrace everyone, because every well, we should have a leader, because obviously if you're going to take, and if you'll be taking notes for everybody who is no notes, and obviously I even can't hold space, I can't be a leader. Lakini kama where you have, you have the motive here, because we do need that. And then the other thing I was going to say is about Ruto, how he is treating we people. Like, say for example, he's talking about people having to have wako na pesa, mwenye hana pesa au niwe anafinya sana, lakini yet someone is coming up from the UK, God knows from you be taxed, first tax them. Wao nakuja kwetu. So literally it's just echoing. So many people are coming out with brilliant points. So the only thing I can say, please let's embrace in it, everyone. And thank you very much for this space. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much for this space. Thank you. Why would people be listening to them? I think we should make it really hostile for them as well. That would be a brilliant idea, kwa sababu kama natupiga huko Nairobi, we can't anakuja kwetu kufanya nini? Zoe tunakiongea, nasema wewe kwenda mwizi, something of the sort. So yeah, thank you.
Great Britain, no, some other from another country got silver, and you got bronze. Our goat has not yet arrived at the finishing. It now. So we have 6 sounds.
Fighting. Let's try and understand why we are going out there. And there's somebody who spoke here, and remove this. Could speak. We could walk the talk. Right now, we could be. We have 2 years of. We have 2 years of what do you call it? 2 years to come of campaign and that period. When we get to 2026, as we go to 2027, we will know who wants was there. And after that, his house was ransacked by the army, not even police, army. And you could see the wives screaming on camera. He doesn't have the machinery that Jimmy Wanjigi has. And Wanjigi is the one who supplies military uniform. So imagine a leader who doesn't have that power. We have a leader, yes, he doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that influence. The to choose a leader. Right now, they cannot kill us. They cannot do whatever they are doing because they don't know where to go. They don't make them. But having a leader is one of the worst things you'll decide. Kindly work on numbers. If you know you want to fight for your country, people die, he will not come out to say that people die. He will defend his government. At the same time, we should also get small happens, we cry. Small happens, we cry. Small happens, we cry. We will keep crying and they kindly wachana nayo. Hiyo tear gas inakupigaga once, after that it cannot affect you further. So I'll just tell you,
I think the next speaker should take the road.
Opening his mic, I think I can go on. So this ourselves, and the more we are educating each other. We have seen our media have abandoned the citizen. So actually, I want to say the media is not government intends the citizen to listen. So, but when we have spaces like these, we have Now, what Ruto is doing is engaging those people in the villages. To do some stadiums. Now, if you let's continue kuchafua jina yake, yani we why do human beings forget so now I think 6,000 the 6,000 and said that we actually need a structure, if not a leader, structures. Yani, we need that body. If I guess I guess so we need to be organized, and we need to listen to each other. We need, and I want to say, in every movement there must be a motive. Every like me, I'm fighting for this because of very soon. There's some things I'm fighting for, and agriculture. pushing. The war is not over. Thank you so much, the host, the co-host, and everyone.
Saying about the leader. These things about the leader. To have a leader, Ruto will have get those leaders. Na Ruto akishaenda viongozi Raila atusaidie. Raila kwa biashara, aende kwa hii chama apewe pesa. That's all. Thank you. Appreciate.